Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys week 6 of the UCL. The St. Louis Rampardos are taking on the Newcastle Nidokings here, and my good friend Patterrz. Be sure to check out his channel in the description below and get excited for this match, man. Show you loving that like button and definitely subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to check out our team builder if you haven't done so yet, so you can see what team I'm bringing, why I'm bringing them, and all the stuff in between. You can see kind of what I'm predicting his team to be, and last but not least, we have a question of the day. Me and Patterrz are both 2 and 3. Do you think it's still possible that we can make the playoffs after a rough start? We actually have more losses this season than we did all of last season with playoffs combined, so it hasn't been exactly ideal, but well, it's all good. We'll have some fun here, hopefully pick up a win and see how things go. So let me get connected with Patterrz here and we'll jump right into the match. All right, guys, we are connected here with Patterrz, and I'm really excited for this match, man. We played last season, and it was super duper close. I just remember my Nidoqueen and his Slowbro, I feel like, dueling it out. But we got very, very different teams this year, and we're both struggling a little bit. So hopefully, hopefully we can pick up a win here. Things haven't gone well the last 2 weeks, if you guys have been following. My Pokemon don't like to hit their moves, but that's the game we decide to play, so it's all good, man. Not gonna complain about it. Even if I miss 7 Mega Horns this match, I'll just laugh. That's all you could do, man. That's all you could do. So anyway, let's see what team of 6 he's bringing. I'm really confident in the fact that he's probably bringing that Deontay, Infernape, Crest, and Amoonguss. I feel like those are pretty likely. I would be very surprised if he didn't bring Haxorus. That thing just absolutely destroys my team. And I think Quagsire is a maybe. I think Quagsire is kind of like iffy because I have a lot of things that are good against Quagsire, but I also have some things that Quagsire can like totally stop. So if he's afraid of like T-Tar and stuff like that, he might bring Quagsire. But we'll kind of see here what squad he's bringing. He brings Aerodactyl. He does not bring, what does he not bring? He does not bring the Amoonguss, brings the Aerodactyl instead. Everything else I think I got right, so a little surprised to see that. Unfortunately, that means I'm entirely walled by Aerodactyl with my Rock Setter, but that's okay. So let me just make a note here. No Amoonguss. He brought Aerodactyl instead, which could be problematic for my team. Aerodactyl, Deontay, Infernape, Cresselia, Haxorus, and Quagsire. So leads on his end. Potentially Deontay, potentially Aerodactyl, potentially Infernape, I think. I'm thinking I either lead with Excadrill or Venusaur. He probably brought the Aerodactyl to take on Venusaur a little bit better. I'm thinking I should probably lead Excadrill in case he leads Deontay so I can get my rocks up, because rocks are going to be really important in this match so I can break the sash and the Infernape. If he leads Infernape, though, I have to go into Vaporeon, which is kind of problematic. But I do think either... Let me think about this. I think I want to lead with Drill, but he could lead Aerodactyl. If he leads Aerodactyl, then Drill doesn't really do much. Drill actually isn't very good against him in this match, so I have to be kind of cautious there. I think Venusaur is pretty good. Vaporeon's actually not a bad lead either, although I can't touch the Quagsire if he's Water Absorb. I'm going to lead Vaporeon, I'm thinking. I'm going to lead Vaporeon here. I think Infernape lead, potential Deontay lead, both of those are pretty likely. If he leads Quagsire, I'll find out if he's Water Absorb right away, which is nice. I have a tough matchup this week, man. That Deontay is very problematic for my team, so I'm gonna have to be very, very cautious here, kind of playing around that. If he leads Deontay, I'm gonna be upset that I didn't lead Excadrill because I really wanted to get rocks up on him. But he's gonna lead Stalstein, which is the Crest actually, which is fine. I'm gonna lead Vape, and the problem here is I don't want to get toxic this early in the match, but I also don't want him to set up on me. So I'm kind of a little conflicted here on what my best play is gonna be. I don't think he's gonna go for a Psychic, and I don't really think he's gonna go. You know what I'm gonna do? Feeling like I should just be aggressive and go into Pinocchio here, because I could just go. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just go for a straight Protect here. I'm just gonna go for a Protect and scout out what he wants to do. If he sets up a Substitute, I'll just roar on the following turn. It's not an issue. If he decides to set up a screen, that's fine. I'll get some insight on what he's gonna do. But Heracross, I kind of want to go into Heracross here, but I'm just gonna go for the Protect and see what he's gonna do. He just goes for a Reflect, so he's probably a dual screens variant, which is kind of annoying. So let me think about my best bet here. You know what I think I should do? I'm just gonna go into Drill, because Drill can set up rocks in front of this thing now. I can get my rocks up. He does have potential defog on Aerodactyl, but he's gonna set up his screens. There's nothing I can do about it at this point, so I just have to deal with screens now. But I can go into Drill and I can Toxic this thing. I can actually Toxic anything on his team now if I go in a drill. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go into Excadrill, try to get a Toxic off on this this Cresselia here, because this thing is very problematic for my team. And now I know he's a dual screen set, so that's 1 turn on Reflect. Let me make some notes here. Reflect and Light Screen. So we got 1 turn on Reflect. I had a feeling there was the potential for dual screens, but I just wanted to see if he had Toxic, if he's going to throw Toxic out there. So we'll just go in a drill here. And I can fire off a Toxic. I should outspeed the Cresselia, and I don't think he's going to be a substitute variant anymore, so I'm not worried about that. I could also get my Rocks up, so I have a couple different options, but I think Toxic is going to be my play, my first play here. He's going to go for the Light Screen. So we see 2 turns of Reflect and 1 turn of Light Screen. Okay. I think Toxic is my best play. He really doesn't have anything that wants to switch into a Toxic, and I can start to wear this thing down. I have a feeling he's going to switch, but he's not going to go into Deontay. He might just go into Quagsire, so getting a Toxic off on the Quagsire will be really, really nice. I could start to wear that thing down. I could just go back into my Vaporeon on the Quagsire, and I could wall it 1,000,000%. I could freely Scald, try to burn some stuff. Even with the Reflect and Light Screen up, it's not a huge deal. But I don't think he has any Heal Bells. I guess Deontay can get Heal Bell, but, well, it does. But he's probably running an offensive variant. So, I think we can make it work. I want to see here too how much. I'm regretting not putting HP Steel on my Delphox. I knew I should have at the last minute there, but that's okay. Just a standard Aerodactyl takes about 60%, so I need 2 switch-ins for Psychic to knock it out, so okay. No big deal. But we'll just go for the Toxic here. And I think Quagsire's is likely switch-in here. Definitely is likely switch-in, but it's okay. He doesn't know what kind of set I am, so it's all good. I'm like a support, especially defensive variant, which I imagine this Cresselia can't touch. And now that I know this Cresselia is not like a Sub-Calm Mind variant, it makes it a little less threatening. Even though dual screens is really annoying because now I can't do anything to his team for the next couple turns. And I'm assuming he's Light Clay as well, which is kind of scary. But we'll try to get around it and we'll try to make it work. But this Crest is going to be problematic. He's going to switch. I'm expecting to switch into Quagsire. He does go into Dragoon, which is the Haxorus. Does he have a Lumberry? This thing is very scary for my team. I'm going to go for the Toxic here. I do connect the Toxic. We're going to find out if he's got a Lum or not. He went for the big offensive there. Is he a Lum variant? He is not a Lum variant. So we do get the Toxic off on this thing. And this thing is incredibly scary against my team because if he sets up a Dragon Dance here, I just get absolutely bopped. So what I have to do is I have to go into Oxygen here, and I have to be prepared to roar him out. Is really the only thing I can do. Because I just have no other options here. So I have to go into Vaporeon here. I cannot just let my Excadrill go down. An Earthquake isn't really going to do too much to him, especially with the Reflect up. We got 3 turns of Reflect, 2 turns of Light Screen passed so far. I'm going to go into Vaporeon here because I can roar him out, and I could definitely take a +1 hit from a Haxorus. Let's just take a look if he's like a Jolly Dragon Dancing variant. He could be Life Orb. Yeah, I mean, if he goes +1, he actually could just knock us out with an Outrage, but then he loses his Haxorus. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of the catch-22 there, but he's gonna go for the Dragon Dance. So we see the Dragon Dance right off the bat here on the Haxorus. And very scary. This thing is always very scary. But the Toxic damage is going to rack up on him, which is nice. Now, I could Protect here to try to get some extra Toxic damage, but that's just too risky. I have to just go for the Roar here and just kind of roar him out and deal with this thing another day. If he's carrying the Outrage, he will knock us out, but that means Excadrill can come in and beat it. So, it's not... I get rid of Haxorus in exchange for Vaporeon, which is not exactly the best trade for me, but it's not the worst thing in the world either. But let's take it. If he's Life Orb, he knocks me out. If he's not Life Orb, he doesn't knock me out, is really what it comes down to. So we'll see. We'll see. But that Life Orb plus the poison damage is going to rack up, so... You know, we'll see kind of what he's going to do here. I kind of wish I had Ice Beam, but even so, he's got the Reflect and the Light Screen up, so it's not like I'm doing much to him anyway. He's going to go for the Dragon Dance again, so he double Dragon Dances here, which is fine by me because I went for Roar, so lesson learned from last week, that leads me to believe he's not a Life Orb variant, so I hope he goes into Infernape here. That would be lovely. He's going to go into oh, baby, it works out. He doesn't really have the greatest switch in here for a Scald. He could go into Quagsire, and I could find out whether the Quagsire is Water Absorb or Unaware. I really lose nothing by just going for Scald here. I don't think I lose much. So I'm just going to go for the Scald. If he does go into his Quagsire, again, finding out whether he's Water Absorb or Unaware is really nice. To me, the Unaware variant does make more sense, and that's what I'm hoping he is, but it's not a huge deal. And actually, Quagsire will give me a free switch into my Heracross. Not a free switch in, but a switch in at least, because I could take the Scald and I can take the Earthquake, I can take a Toxic and get the Guts boost, and then I just click Close Combat, man, or Mega Horn. Nothing on his team wants to take those hits. In fact, Guts banded Close Combat may 2-hit KO Cresselia, but he does still have the screens up, so that's something really important to note here. He does still have the screens up, so. And if I'm counting correctly, this is turn 6 of Reflect and turn 5 of Light Screen, so. But I just went for Scald. The burn chance is always nice. If this thing has a sash, I could break a sash on it, etc. So he was going for the Gusto on that Haxorus, man. He just went double Dragon Dance there. He was just going for it. He's a Swords Dance Infernape. So this man, I am very surprised right now that he's running so many different variants of Pokemon that set up when I have a Ditto on my team, but that's fine. So that's turn 6 of Reflect and turn 5 of Light Screen. So I have to be very cautious here because if he has Thunder Punch, that is very scary here, because Thunder Punch actually at +2, actually +2 Close Combat has a chance to knock me out here. How about Thunder Punch? Thunder Punch and Close Combat do the same amount of damage, so he has a chance to knock me out here. With these dual screens, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. So I think I just have to go for a second Scald here and just try to weaken this thing. I mean, I know I can go into Delphox. I know I'll outspeed and I can just go for the Psychic. He doesn't really have a ton of options for that. Well, I guess he goes into Cresselia there. I don't really want to roar this thing out. I don't really have a good answer for this thing. I'm going to just go for a second Scald here. He does have a chance to knock us out. He does have the Thunder Punch. Depending on his spread, this could knock us out or we will live, and he actually just straight up knocks us out. So Infernape kills Vaporeon with Thunder Punch. And that's turn 7 of Reflect, I believe, and turn 6 of Light Screen. Okay, so I'm actually going to not make my decision right away. I'm going to wait a second. The reason for me debating my decision here is I don't want him to know that my Delphox is scarfed. And I also have to see whether Delphox can actually kill this thing with a Light Screen up, because that's actually problematic as well. If the Light Screen is up, Psychic does knock him out, I'd imagine. It's actually a damage roll, but I'm going to give it a second here, and then I'm going to go into Harry, and I have to click Psychic here, and I have to hope it knocks him out. If this actually doesn't knock him out, I think I lose to Infernape. So I'm going to go for the Psychic, 100% my play, and if he switches into Crest, he switches into Crest. That's fine. He is going to switch, so he's going to think I'm scarfed, obviously, but it's going to be 8 turns, so Reflect should be gone, I believe, after this turn, and this will be the last turn of Light Screen. So, we actually get a special defense drop there, and the Reflect wears off. Okay, so he's going to reset the Reflect now, which is kind of problematic. You know what I'm going to do? He's going to reset the Reflect. I'm going in a King Tut here against this Cresselia, and the reason here is I'm actually going to go for a Nasty Plot against this thing, and then I'm going to set up the Trick Room, and I'm going to try to just straight up just power through these screens right now. I think that's really the only thing I can do against him. I'm going to have to try to power through these screens. So Reflect is up. Light Screen has one more turn. Without a Defogger, I just have to try to power through. So he brought a really interesting team here with Cresselia just bringing dual screens, and he just has at least 2 setup sweepers. And the Quagsire probably is unaware to stop my Ditto. Great team building on Patterrz part, in my opinion, honestly. And it's going to be tough for me to beat this team now, guys. I'm going to be honest. Dual screen Crest is tough. But if I can get Cofagrigus in here, I can get a nasty. If I can get 2 Nasty Plots up, I got to get 2 Nasty Plots and a Trick Room. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's feasible. I could beat his team right now. So, because I don't need to worry about Quagsire because I have Energy Ball. So I'm gonna go into King Tut here. He's gonna go for a T-Wave actually. So I see his third move is T-Wave, which is unfortunate. I was hoping he would set up the Reflect actually, and there goes the Light Screen. So what I'm gonna do now is I have to play around T-Wave, but I'm gonna go for the Nasty Plot. I'm gonna show my set right off the bat here. He's gonna go for Reflect, and I'm gonna get my Nasty Plot up. Hopefully I don't get paralyzed. And I do get my nasty plot up, which is very nice. So now what I'm gonna do is he's gonna probably screen, so I'm gonna Trick Room, I think. I'm gonna Trick Room. Because if I Trick Room this turn, I just wanna make sure I get the max use out of my nasty plots. Because if he switches here, I wanna have the Trick Room up. If he stays in, I would like to have a second nasty plot up. The Trick Room is the safer of the two plays. The nasty plot is the better of the two plays. I'm gonna go for a second nasty plot here. He's gonna go for the light screen, so that's exactly what I was thinking he was gonna do. So that's two reflects, one light screen. I'm fully paralyzed, which is a bummer. I definitely couldn't have that happen. Do I think he's gonna switch into Quagsire here? I think he will, actually. I think I have to go for the nasty plot and then the Trick Room and then the energy ball. I think I got a Trick Room this turn. And make a note for Trick Room too. That was a bummer. I needed that second nasty plot right there. I'm gonna go for another nasty plot. I think he's gonna switch, but it's okay. And then I gotta get my... I want him to go into Quagsire, thinking I'm not gonna be able to touch him because he's unaware. And then I can just bop him with an energy ball. That's what I'm hoping for here. And I gotta get this Trick Room up. That paralysis really stinks there, because had I gotten the second nasty plot up, I would have been +4, and then this turn I would have Trick Roomed, and then I could just fire off various Shadow Balls. Go to Quagsire. He's gonna go into what? That's the Quagsire. Okay. I get paralyzed again, dude. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I know I could beat this Quagsire with a simple energy ball. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna go for the Trick Room this turn. I think I have to. Hold on, that's 3 reflect, I think 2 light screens if I'm not mistaken. I think I go for the Trick Room this turn, which will at least make it so I outspeed him. And I can energy ball. I'm gonna go for the Trick Room this turn. And I could definitely take a Scald, Earthquake, whatever he's gonna do. I could take any of those hits. I kinda wanna know what set he is. I wonder, he can't Yawn me at least, so if he's a Yawn variant. But this Quagsire could end up being setup fodder for me, and he doesn't know it yet. But with the light screen up, I can't beat him with energy ball right now, but I can hit him pretty hard. I think he's gonna go for the Scald. I'm curious to see how much this does. It doesn't do much. I get the Trick Room off. Okay, so now I need to look here. Cofagrigus versus Quagsire. And that's gonna be turn 4 of Reflect, turn 3 of Light Screen, turn 1 of Trick Room. Okay, versus Quagsire. Let's see here. With a light screen up, energy ball does not kill. I can energy ball. I want a nasty plot again, because I know I could beat this thing. I'm gonna go for a second nasty plot. And obviously I'm faster this time, so it's fine. We saw the Skull in the Quagsire. He's gonna go for the Earth Power this time, which is a little stronger than Scald. And he obviously has a chance to get a Spit F drop, but he doesn't get it. So that's 5 turns on Reflect, 3 turns on Light Screen, 2 turns on Trick Room. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go for the energy ball. I'm gonna reveal it. He's gonna know I have it. It is what it is. With the light screen up, I think he'll live, so. But I'm +4 now. So I got that going for me. Come on, Cofagrigus. You got this, buddy. You got this, buddy. I really need to hit some of these moves here. He doesn't know I have Energy Ball. He probably thinks I have Shadow Ball. So here's my Energy Ball. It's probably not gonna knock him out, but it is a 2 KO. And we get a Spit F drop, which is actually nice because that means I can go for the Shadow Ball on the following turn. He's gonna Earth Power. So that's 6 turns of Reflect, 4 of Light Screen, 3 of Trick Room. And I've got a couple more Trick Room turns left. Now I get the Shadow Ball on this turn, and it will knock him out, even at the range he's at. So I am gonna just go for the Shadow Ball this turn. So let's go for the Shadow Ball. I definitely need to hit this Shadow Ball. I need to not get paralyzed this turn. That would be devastating. That would be devastating. We had those 2 paras already, so No more Patterrz. No more Patterrz against King Tut, please. Thank you very kindly. Thank you very much. No more Patterrz. Por favor. What is he gonna do? Let's see here. I gotta knock him out with Shadow Ball here. And if he switches, anything he switches into just dies. Like, even with the light screen up, I think it just dies. Because I'm +4, so even with the light screen up, that means I'm +2. So yeah, I mean, Deontay can switch in because it's not Mega'd yet, and he's got the higher bulk still. But he can't, I don't think he's going to knock me out one hit. So Shadow Ball, I do get to connect the Shadow Ball, and Patterrz is going to knock out the Quagsire. Kills Quagsire with Shadow Ball. And that's 7 of Reflect. I think 5 of Light Screen, 4 Trick Room. This is our final Trick Room turn. And I'm just about 50% now. I'm 90 out of 165. So I should be able to live a hit from almost anything on his team and be able to fire back a big hit back. So actually, I'm actually faster right now still than anything on his team. So I should be able to get a free Shadow Ball here off on something. Which would kill the Infernape. It would kill the, it kills everything on his team, actually, if I get a Shadow Ball off here. What he could do is he can go to Deontay and go for the Protect to stall my last Trick Room turn. And then I would have to Trick Room and live a hit, and then I'd have to Energy Ball and knock it out, at which point, Light Screen, it might be done. I might have miscounted Light Screen ever so slightly, but we'll kind of see here. But I really need this Trick Room Patterrz to just put in all the work right now. I needed to pick up at least one more kill, because he's just put on so much offensive pressure against me, and I'm just not having many good answers for it. But I need to trick that Cresselia to my Scarf, but at that point, then Infernape, Swords Dance Infernape kind of destroys me. Here comes Snapper, which is Aerodactyl, so that's probably what he considers to be his least useful member. Now I want to calc this here. He could be a Life Orb or a Focus Sash variant, but I'm +4, and the Light Screen's up, and he goes into Aerodactyl. And at +4, Aerodactyl can live a Shadow Ball, so I have to just go for it, but he can live it. So I'm gonna just go for the Shadow Ball. He definitely can live the hit though, depending on he's gonna live at 100%. So he goes down to about 75%. He goes for Stone Edge, that is gonna connect, and you can see it does a good amount. It doesn't knock us out, but it does enough to bring us down to the point where he can knock us out with another Stone Edge. And the Reflect is gone, and the Trick Room's gone. So Reflect is gone. Trick Room's gone. Light Screen I think is at 6 maybe 7. So I think I have to just go for the Trick Room again and just hope he misses a Stone Edge here. I think it's really the only thing I can do. So I'm just gonna go for the Trick Room. He may just Aerial Ace here and knock us out. I don't really have a ton of bulk, so I mean. But this has got to be the play I go for here. Aerodactyl. He's got Stone Edge. Alright. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. He's gonna go for the Earthquake. This should knock us out. I mean, there's a chance we live, I don't know. Oh, King Tut, you couldn't have lived on 1, buddy. You couldn't have lived on 1. Nah, he wasn't gonna live on 1. So there goes the Light Screen. So Light Screen's gone. So Aerodactyl kills us. Patterrz almost just put in all the work though. Almost just put in all the work. That was so close, but just not close enough. Okay, so here's a tough situation to be in. He knows I'm Scarfed with Harry. He knows I'm Scarfed with Harry. How much does Asparagus take from like an Aerial Ace in this thing? Because that's really all he's gonna do to me is Aerial Ace me. Let me see how much I take to it, because he doesn't have the boost. I might have to go into Venusaur here. Does about 45%. I can Giga Drain back the damage. So I think I'm gonna go into Asparagus here, because what happened, the reason why I don't wanna go into Delphox right now, guys, is if I go into Delphox, all that's gonna do is just gonna bait in, it's just gonna allow him to just go right into his Cresselia every time, and I can't allow that. So I'm just gonna Mega Evolve here and go for the Giga Drain. And there is a chance that he has like Aerial Ace or Sky Attack or something like that, which I could try to play around. But he also may just save this thing and just go into his Cresselia right now, at which point I get to go for a knockoff and hopefully get rid of its item. Or I can go into Heracross and start to Mega Horn things, and well, that's a little scary to do because he's just going to set up Reflect. I could at least put some pressure on him. I really want to go for the knockoff here, predicting the Cresselia, but it's just too risky. I have to go for the Giga Drain here, because if he Aerial Aces, it'll do just under half, and then I can at least recover back most of it, or some of it. Because for me to win this game, Venusaur just needs to put in the finest of work against the rest of his team. I can live at about 50% from Deontay from Psychic, so we kind of have to stay. But he's going to stay in, so Giga Drain is the right play here. Unless he's got like Fly or Sky Attack. He could be Power Herb Sky Attack, actually. He goes for Aerial Ace, so that's fine. That's kind of what I expected. It does about half, which kind of confirms my suspicions. And Giga Drain will knock out the Aerodactyl, so that's really good. So Venusaur kills Arrow with Giga Drain. So Aerodactyl's gone, which is nice. Quagsire's gone, which is also nice. Let's see here. He could go into Ape. I could live a hit from Ape though, and I could Sludge Bomb. He could go into Haxorus. I could live a hit from Haxorus, and I could Sludge Bomb. He can go into Deontay. I could live the Psychic, and I can Giga Drain. And he could go into Cresselia, at which point I just go for the knockoff to get rid of his Light Clay, because I need to reduce those turns that he has. Those Light Clay, man. It's just too much for me at this point. It's just getting to be too much for me. And I could go into Heracross, but here comes Stall Steam, which is, of course, this thing, which has been very problematic for my team, which is no secret. All right, I gotta make the right play here. Let's think about this. I can't go into Heracross because he could Psychic, he could T-Wave, he could go for the screens. I gotta reduce those screen turns. I think I have to just go into Heracross, actually. I think I have to. I'm gonna do it. I think I have to. I gotta go to Heracross, because if he paralyzes me here, I get the Guts boost, and then my Mega Horn will actually do even more. I have to break this thing down, and the only way I'm gonna do that is with Heracross. So if he sets up a Reflect here, he does. I mean, he's gonna go for the Reflect, so he knows the right plays. He gets the Reflect up. With the Reflect, though, I still potentially can 2 a KO with Mega Horn. I could also go for the knockoff here and ensure that he at least doesn't get the 8 turns of Light Screen anymore, but I think in order for me to beat this thing, I gotta go for the Gusto now. So I'm gonna go for the Mega Horn now. He's already got the Reflect up, so I'm already dealing with 8 more turns of it. And me going for knockoff here is not gonna change that. He's still gonna get the Light Screen up, and it's still gonna be 5 turns or 8 turns, and I'm gonna have to see if I can manage the game for that long. But I'm gonna go for Mega Horn here. We actually connect on a Psychic type, which is amazing, and you can see that is a 2 KO. So he is gonna go for the Psychic here. I should be able to live this. I have a lot of HP investment, and Cresselia is not exactly the most offensive Pokemon in the world. So we do live that. Now I'm curious whether he's gonna switch here. He doesn't really have the best switch in the world to Mega Horn. And that's actually 2 turns of Reflect. He may switch, but even Haxorus or Ape don't want to take the hits, although I'm running out of options here. I think what I could do is just go into Excadrill now, because I've seen his whole set. He has no way to recover this thing, so I think I'm going to go into Excadrill. Because Excadrill can Toxic something. I could also Earthquake some stuff. I need to keep Heracross healthy here, because I'm going to need this thing later to beat the Cresselia. I just think he's going to switch here. I think he's going to switch into Ape or Haxorus. He doesn't have the Light Screen up yet. You know what I could do? I'm going to go into Harry. Because I can go into Harry, and if he switches here, I get a free Psychic off. He doesn't have his Light Screen up yet, and I can get a Psychic off. And if that means I Psychic the Cresselia, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. I'm going to go into Harry here, predicting him to switch out, because he knows he's going to stay in. He's going to stay in. Mega Horn would have knocked him out there. I don't know why he stayed in there. I could have gotten rid of his Cresselia. He switches. Oh, I'm faster. Duh. Just don't mind me, guys. He goes into Spark, which is what? The Deontay? It is the Deontay. Okay. So, not exactly the most ideal situation for me, if I'm being perfectly honest. So what I have to do here is I have to go into Excadrill. Because if he Diamond Storms, I lose Harry and I lose the game. So I have to go to Excadrill. I have to. That's 3 turns of Reflect. I have to go into Excadrill here. He's going to Protect, most likely. I have to go into Excadrill. Harry's my only way to stop DD, Hax, and Infernape, so yeah, I have to go to Excadrill here. I gotta get some chip damage off on this thing. But the good news is he doesn't have the Light Screen up, so that definitely helps Venusaur at least. And I think I can live a Psychic at the range I'm at. I do think I can live a Psychic at the range I'm at, so if he's running max special attack psychic. Assuming naive, of course. I wish I had HP Steel. I don't. I almost put HP Steel on this thing at the last minute in the team builder. If you watched it, I thought about the idea of putting HP Steel on this thing, which would be really clutch right now. But if he protected, he would know what I had anyway. So it's not a huge deal, but I have to switch. I thought he'd go Ape or Haxorus there, but that's all right. So I have to hope he doesn't have Earth Power, basically. And even if he does, I could live in Earth Power plus Diamond Storm, I think. I'm specially defensive, so... the problem is my Earthquake just isn't going to do much to him. But it hurts everything else. It hurts the Cresselia, it hurts the Haxorus. I could Tox the Cresselia when it comes back in. He's going to get his screens up and stuff, but... we'll see if he has Earth Power or not, I guess, is really what it comes down to. He may just Earth Power right here, too, and predict the switch, or just know that it's going to be super effective, but... Delphox does have better special defense, so he's going to Rock Polish. Oh my goodness, all the setup sweepers, but... oh, man. Okay, so what I have to do here is I have to Earthquake. It's not going to kill, but I have to do it. I have to Earthquake here. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't have the Iron Head. He's going to Mega Evolve now, so he saves his bulk. If he doesn't have Earth Power, that'd be great, but that may mean he doesn't have Psychic, depending on his coverage here. He does show the Earth Power. I know I can live one because I am a specially defensive drill. Not going to live a second one, though. But I do get the Earthquake off here. With the Reflect Up, it's going to do about half. Does exactly about half. I can't live a second one, though, which is the problem. And he's got the bulk going on there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go for... I think I just go for EQ again. I mean, Rocks would be nice, but I think I just go for EQ. He's going to Earth Power knock us out, and he does. So Deontay kills Excadrill with Earth Power. Okay, so that's fine. And then Asparagus is at an amount of health where I believe it can live a Psychic. I'm Calm Nature with some bulk here. So my Giga Drain's about to come off here and put in some work, hopefully. So let's do it, man. We're clicking Giga Drain all day. He doesn't have a light screen up, so if he goes into Cresselia, though, I can Giga Drain, then I can knock off and go back into Harry, etc. Without the light screen up, though, he might save this thing. He may just save this thing and just go into Cresselia, but I can't risk that at this point because I'll get swept by this thing. He's gonna stay, and he does have the Psychic. I can live one, I believe. I live on 15, and I will Giga Drain and knock out the Deontay. All right. This is brutal, man. He's got all these setup sweepers, but now I'm at a range where I am not living another hit here. If I can keep the Cresselia from setting up a light screen, we have a chance. Because I can bring in Delphox and click Psychic twice and potentially beat the Haxorus and the Infernape, but it's gonna be tough. It's tough. If that Cresselia comes in, he could just Psychic too. Here comes the Cresselia. He could just go for a Psychic here and knock us out. I'm a little conflicted here on the right play, because I believe Cresselia will knock us out here with a Psychic. Let's see here. He is this. Let's say he's the support set with dual screens. I know he's got Psychic on this thing. Psychic does about 30 to 36%. I'm at 47 out of 187. I'm probably at like 18%, 25%. He does knock us out with a Psychic here. How do I win this match? I win this match by him not getting up a light screen. That's the only way I win this match. Or him not having light screen up for that many turns. I think I have to just go for knockoff. Because Synthesis really isn't gonna do much for me, because he's gonna be, actually I'm gonna go for Synthesis in case he doesn't Psychic. He goes for the light screen, so I get a Synthesis off here. So we gotta count these light screen turns now. We gotta count these light screen turns. I'm gonna get enough health back here that I can definitely live another hit here. And I need to, and the Reflect's gone now, so that's really good. So what does more to him? If I go for knockoff or Sludge Bomb, Sludge Bomb definitely does more, and I can get the poison. So I'm gonna go for Sludge Bomb now. He's going for the T-Wave this time, so that's fine. And this will be turn 2 on the light screen. I need to hit a Sludge Bomb so badly right now. I hit it. 2 light screens. It does nothing, but I get the poison, which is very nice. Very nice, I got the poison. Okay. So, I need these light screens to just go away. I need him to not, like, get any more light screen turns. He could very well Psychic here. I'm gonna go into Harry. I think I go into Harry. I don't want him to Psychic me right now. I think I just Synthesis. This is a tough play. I need to be at the health I'm at. I can't allow him to get me any lower, and Delphox cannot afford to be paralyzed. Because I need Delphox so badly right now. Delphox can win this match if I can get that light screen to go away, but I need to stall as many turns as I can. I'm going to go for the Synthesis this turn, predicting the Psychic. He does go for the Psychic. I'm going to take about 30% from this, and I need this Synthesis to not get paralyzed, and I don't. So that's really good. So that's 3 turns of light screen. And that's going to get me back to a good amount of health. And he's going to take poison damage. And that looks like one more turn of poison will knock him out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to sack off Pinocchio. Pinocchio doesn't do anything for me in this match. It really doesn't. So I'm going to sack off Pinocchio. Pinocchio is not going to win this match for me. So Asparagus needs to be as high of health as possible. So we're going into Pinocchio. Okay. Whether I live this or not is going to be a damage roll. I don't. I would have liked to. That would have been nice, but that's okay. Dies to Psychic from Cress. And Cress dies to Poison from Sludge Bomb. Okay. So that's 4 turns of light screen. I don't know if I can stall out enough of this light screen stuff. But what I have to do here, guys, I have to go into Asparagus. And I basically need to stop this. I need to stop this Haxorus from getting up 2 Dragon Dances. However I can do that, I need him to not get up 2 Dragon Dances. He is Toxic. Here comes Dragon. He is Toxic. So that means he's going to take a lot of damage here. And what I'm thinking I can do here is I can either knock off or I can Sludge Bomb. Let me see what does more, because he does have a Reflect Up. And every bit of damage I can get against this thing is going to be crucial. Any bit of damage I can get against this thing is going to be crucial. So, with a Reflect Up, or with a Light Screen Up, Sludge Bomb still does more. Does about 30%, so I gotta go for Sludge Bomb here. Gotta go for Sludge Bomb here. I gotta basically keep him from getting 2 Dragon Dances up, is our objective. I cannot allow him to get 2 Dragon Dances up. He's gonna go for the first Dragon Dance. I need to hit this Sludge Bomb here. I 100% need to hit a Sludge Bomb here. I need to hit 2 Sludge Bombs in a row. I get the Sludge Bomb off. It's not gonna do much, but it does something. And he's gonna take toxic damage. Alright. So that's 5 turns of light screen. I cannot allow him. I need him to not get a second Dragon Dance up here. That's his win con. If he gets a second Dragon Dance up and Venusaur dies, I lose. If he doesn't get the second Dragon Dance up, there's hope. But he's also playing with a Toxic Timer right now too. So if he does Dragon Dance and I hit a Sludge Bomb, he dies after the following turn. He's gonna go for the Outrage. So there's the play. This game is gonna come down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Asparagus goes down. Oh, that is brutal. He's gonna take toxic damage. Okay. He loses Life Orb recoil. Man, this is gonna come down to the wire here. Harry, it's all you, buddy. It's all you, Harry. This is what dreams are made of, man. I need you, bud. Psychic it is. We click Psychic here. He does still have a light screen up. I'm gonna click the Psychic here. And it does knock him out. I don't remember how much health his Infernape was at. It might be at full. I have no idea, to be honest. Oh no, I scalded him. He's at just above 60%. How much does this Delphox do to him? This is a damage roll, ladies and gentlemen. It is a damage roll. I'm going for Psychic. It's a damage roll. With the light screen up, will it knock him out? That was a game, ladies and gentlemen. That was a game. Oh my goodness. That was a game, ladies and gentlemen. We are keeping things interesting this season in the UCL, that is for sure. Wow, that was a close one, man. That was a close one. Big shouts to my opponent, Patterrz. Phenomenal battling him. We had a very tough matchup that game, guys, and I got lucky there at the end, I'm gonna say, or I didn't get unlucky, I guess. I didn't get unlucky, however you want to look at it. I could have gotten paralyzed there with the Venusaur. I needed to be able to connect those sludge bombs. We preserved our win condition, the Delphox, the way I needed to, and man, that came down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, that was a good game though. That was, I mean, I'm obviously happy because I won, but that was just a phenomenal game in general. I think you guys probably really enjoyed that one, so definitely show your love on that like button down below, and please go show some love to Patterrz, guys. Let's try to keep it more positive this time. I mentioned the team build that there was a lot of negativity around the last match, and I don't want that. I want you guys to be happy, having a good time, enjoying the matches, grabbing some popcorn, and just sitting back and having some fun, and that's what this is all about, man. So thank you guys so much for watching. We're 3-3 now. We've got a couple matches coming up. We got David in the South Beach Slow Kings and a few others coming up, so it should be pretty interesting for the next couple weeks. But that is going to be it for me, guys. My name is Dan. I'll also go by aDrive, and I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.